Great Smoky Mountains National Park has many beautiful and iconic scenic landscapes across the park that make it very popular for couples to come here and get married. We have about 350 couples that get married each year. And people come here and they share special occasions, and it's an obvious place for them to perhaps want to share a milestone occasion like celebrating a wedding or renewing their vows. Getting married in the park has continued to grow in popularity, so we do manage it through our special use permit process. So couples are required to submit an application by going through our special use permit office. They'll submit the application with a $50 permit fee, and they'll give information about their desired location. And we ask that they choose from one of the 50 locations that we have pre-designated as wedding locations. By using that list, it means that we've already visited those sites and we know how many cars it can accommodate, and we also can manage it so that there are not more than 2 wedding services a day at those locations. By doing that, it helps us better manage park-wide those special uses so that park visitors still have an opportunity to enjoy the park on that day. We ask that everyone submit their applications at least 14 days in advance so that we have time to process those requests. If someone decides to choose a location that's not one of our pre-designated wedding locations, they need to allow at least 21 days to allow us that review process. And that process takes us a little more time. It involves more staff, and so there is an additional $100 fee. But the 50 locations that we have scattered across the park give a great variety of locations for couples to choose from. Many of these locations are at high elevation, scenic vistas. We also have many places that are along riversides. And then also places that celebrate the cultural story of the Smokies, like the cabins and churches in the park. So there's a wide variety of places to choose from, and we feel like there's enough variety within those that there's a lot of options. So getting married in the national park does require you to think a little bit more about how your ceremony will take place, because we are concerned about the impacts that it could have on our natural cultural resources and also the visitor impact it could have to other people who are enjoying the area. So some things that you may associate with a traditional wedding are not allowed in a national park setting. Couples do not have exclusive use of the area, so that's one thing that everyone needs to consider, that you could have visitors in the background of your wedding, or they may be out there enjoying the wedding along with you. We also require that there be limits on the amount of people and cars that are at the locations. So there's a limit of 20 people at most of the locations and 6 cars. There are some locations that can accommodate parking for more people, and those are usually associated with our picnic pavilions or places like the Appalachian Clubhouse or the Spence Cabin. So couples would need to remember that that requires a separate reservation fee, and they have to go through recreation.gov to secure those facilities. At those facilities, you're also allowed to bring food, but otherwise we don't allow reception activities to take place, and we also don't want couples to leave anything behind. So we want to make sure that they're taking only photographs and leaving only memories behind whenever they're in the park. So we don't allow the use of birdseed or bubbles or balloons or butterflies to be released as a part of the ceremony. They can bring flowers in for their wedding ceremony, but they have to take everything out with them. We don't allow people to disperse rose petals or anything that will be left behind. We're also concerned about the disturbance to visitors who may be in that area, so we do require that only acoustic music be played or sound that's on a small tape player or CD player. We allow 90 minutes for each wedding service at all of the locations, unless you have reserved one of those facilities that's reservable, the picnic pavilions or the Appalachian Clubhouse or the Spence Cabin. But all other locations are restricted to an hour-and-a-half service, and that includes your setup and your takedown. For a complete listing of all of the guidelines for weddings in the park, please go to our park website where you can find all of that information and also a contact where you can call if you have further questions. We also want to make sure that couples realize that if they have somebody that's going to perform a service for them as a business owner, either a photographer or a wedding planner or a caterer, that all of these business owners do need to have a commercial use authorization to be able to perform business inside the park. Getting married in a national park is a unique experience, but it does come with certain restrictions to make sure that we're protecting all of the cultural and natural resources found within the park, along with the experience that other visitors expect to come as they're visiting the park.